So this is Houdini 18.5. Don't get scared seeing all these icons. I don't know, somehow side effects decided to use icons for everything. If you know any other programs like After Effects or Maya, they don't use icons, but side effects decided to keep it everything. Like they wanted to make things organized, so they kept icons for everything. So let me talk about the interface first. So I prepared some notes, so I'll open that. So I prepared something for you, and here it is. So this is not a default. I added two nodes so that I can show you what it is. So let me explain from the beginning. So this is the viewport where everything happens. The visualization, like whatever you do, or if you model, or if your dynamic is happening, everything is going to be here. And this is in Photoshop and After Effects and others. It is a layer based, so Houdini works differently. They use node based. This Houdini's network is the parameter. So whatever you do here, suppose you click a node here, and the nodes, all the parameters, in Maya it says like attribute editor or properties. Basically in After Effects we says like FX property. So whatever the node you click here, it's gonna show their properties or parameters here, which we can tweak and change the settings, like translate, transform. What happens here, it's gonna show you here, right? So that's how the no if you play with the node here and the parameter, you can do the changes, like where exactly you want to do, and which shows in the viewport as a visual. And the next one is shelf tool. What do you see up here? Shelf tool is nothing but it's like a preset. You click it and it happens. So you have a lot of options like modify, model, polygon, deform. So all these comes under the category of SOP, which in Houdini means surface operator. It's a Houdini term. I don't think any other 3D program has this kind of words. So it's basically Houdini lingo, Houdini language. Surface operator is where you manipulate and modify your geometry, what you do in the viewport. And the next one is shelf tool number 2. So it's basically all these are shelf tools like preset. All you click it and it happens. You can see it in the viewport right away. And this side of shelf tool represent the dynamic things, like basically the FX tools. FX tools are here. So it's like you can see particles, vellum, rigid body. It's all Houdini names, by the way. Fluid. The pyro is also spores, fem. It's all Houdini terms for particular effects. So all these comes under dynamic operators. So these are the shelf tools. You can click here, and if you again click on something, you get the effect basically. But it's all preset. As a beginner, kindly avoid using shelf tools because when you click it, it's gonna get everything for you. It's like you're buying nuggets in a supermarket. You get everything, and all you have to do is to put it in the fry pan and fry it. Just like that, like you won't even know how the nuggets are made. You can't even modify or do the customization. So as a beginner, don't use shelf tools unless and until you are comfortable with Houdini. Just like cooking, when you know cooking, then like you can even buy ready-made stuff and you can manipulate it. You can buy the ready-made nuggets, and maybe you can add something inside. Or I don't know much about cooking, but that's a good example, I believe. And the bottom part, you can see timeline and playback. So just like the name playback, playback is like playing forward and backward. So and the timeline is, this is the timeline you see here, some value over here. So you can see it's like weird value like 24, 48, 72. It's nothing but it's a frame rate. In the movie industry, we all work in based on frames, not seconds. So 24 frame is 1 second. So I mean, in Premiere Pro it will be like 20 minutes is your one single shot. Yeah, right. So we work differently. 3D users work differently. So this is where the animations, dynamic timeline happens. If you have something, which has a movement, then you have to play the button over here, like play, stop, and next. So these are the interface, the main interface. But you might be wondering, what are these, right? Like there are a lot of sub icons here and there. Scary, right? But nothing to worry. Like most of the tools, most of what you see here are not used. We only be using this. Much better, right? Yeah, right? So relaxing for your eyes. I know it. So these are the major icons and tools that we're going to use for the coming classes. All right, so enough with the presentation. Let's get real.